Welcome on in. Good morning. Come on in. Have a sit down. Let's get to it. Good to see you. Hey, this is the channel on the platform. This is 126. We're talking powers and becomes action. And we are the Urban View Morning Show, where we're disrupting all morning radio algorithms here on this live show, Friday, September 5th. Good to see y'all. Broadcasting live from the Black Eagles Nest studio in Washington, D.C. Hope everything's cool and calm where you are. If you're coming in from last night, man, go ahead and take a load off. Have a sit down. If you're up and at 'em this morning, it is time to get ready and go. They are waiting on you. Myself, Lamont King, in here with you this morning. And also Dr. Greg Carr on this day, celebrating the birthday, as I see the anniversary of the birth of one Claudette Colvin. Claudette Colvin, a pioneering African-American activist, best known for her defiant act of refusing to give up her seat on a segregated Montgomery bus on March 2nd, 1955, 9 months before Rosa Parks.
Good morning.
Good morning. What's good with you?
Good, man.
Yeah.
Came right in time. That's
It's
a hell of a story. Claudette Colvin, who is still with us, by the way.
Yes.
She said in her segregated school in Montgomery, they had been doing Black history. What was the date again?
Of the when she didn't give
When
up
she
her
got
seat?
put off,
March
yeah.
2nd, 1955.
As she said at the time, we had just finished Black History Month. This is a bulletin to all the racists out there, the Christopher Rufos, the Stephen Millers. I would say the Donald Trumps, but his brain doesn't function high enough to even understand when Black History Month is, which is every month. But they had finished, well, it wasn't Black History Month then, it was Negro History Week.
Yeah.
But the schools, of course, were segregated in Montgomery. And she talked about her teacher. Karen and I talked about this in class early on in the pandemic. And she said, we had just gone through all this Negro history. She said, one of my classmates, not in her age class, but a little bit before her, had been killed by the police. And they've been shooting Black people on the buses even. One brother, I think he was in his military uniform, and they killed him.
Dang.
Even as I saw the National Gardeners standing out in front of the Metro this morning. And she said, as I was sitting there, I felt like I had Harriet Tubman on one shoulder and Sojourner Truth on the other shoulder, sitting on my shoulders, and I couldn't get up. So I just started reciting the Lord's Prayer. These are teenagers. They had been fighting these white boys on the buses, the bus drivers, people messing with them. And so she said, I had enough. So they snatched her and they threw her off the bus. People say, well, Claudette Colvin went first. Why do they ever talk about her? Well, there were a couple of moving parts. Edgar Daniel Nixon, who was a Pullman porter, but also the kind of leader in Montgomery, working class man. Those who were kind of congealed there in the NAACP and others. He was involved with the NAA, as they call it in the South. They said, well, maybe this shouldn't be the test case. Kind of find out, she and her partner, who eventually had this child, had conceived. And they say, so if, a little bit later you get Mrs. Parks, who was the youth secretary of the NAACP and actually had worked with Claudette Colvin because she was a teenager. And so Ms. Parks knew her. Ms. Parks worked with her. And the story ends beautifully because Claudette Colvin and some of her age mates, their parents stepped up. In law, they call it in loco parentis. And they filed a lawsuit on behalf of their children, Browder versus Gale, that becomes the case that makes it to the Supreme Court that overturns segregation.
And she being the key plaintiff in that lawsuit.
Well, one of a handful. But yeah, Claudette Colvin was not the only one who had been harassed, who had been arrested. And yes, she's the most prominent name that we know. The lawyer for that case, who was also Rosa Parks' lawyer, who was also Martin Luther King's lawyer, who is still practicing law out of Tuskegee, Alabama, and Montgomery, Alabama, who I will, inshallah, see next month at Case Western University. There's a convening following up the inaugural Fred Gray symposium that they had in Montgomery some a few months ago. Was Fred Gray. Yeah. Fred Gray still on the wall, still fighting. So Claudette Colvin wasn't lost to history. Yeah. What she is, as we remember her, as we think about her and celebrate her today, is a figure that it is our responsibility to know.
Now, did I hear you correctly? Was she because the distance between her and Rosa Parks was about 9 months. So you saying that she wasn't put out front because she was pregnant at 15?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Well, at least that was the initial. In fact, when you look at, there's a lot of books you can read on the subject. In fact, she's written her own book.
Mm-hmm.
It's a children's book. It's kind of a YA book, but that even makes it more effective because it's more widely available. And I had to go through our archive to give you the exact number of when we talked about her. But yeah, Ms. Colvin, fearless, and continued her work.
Yeah. I didn't get the name Claudette Colvin until after college. Can you imagine that?
Yeah. I can imagine that there are people listening right now who didn't know the name now. And some people may just know, there was somebody before. There were many somebodies before. But Ms. Parks wasn't a random lady. She was the secretary of the NAACP Youth League. And so she knew them. She knew these teenagers. And so, it just always makes me smile to think that Harriet Tubman and Sojourner Truth put the battery in the back.
The weight on the shoulders, literally.
Not to mention that Harriet Tubman made transition, I want to say, in 1912. That's the year that Rosa Parks was born. Rosa McCauley at the time, before she married Raymond Parks. She was born in Tuskegee. Ms. Tubman made transition in Auburn, New York, if memory serves me correctly. For about 3 months, they were alive at the same time. Harriet Tubman and Rosa Parks were alive at the same time. And Claudette Colvin said Harriet Tubman was sitting on my shoulder. So if y'all don't think the ancestors were involved in breaking the back of white supremacy, and here's the message to all you white supremacists who hate listen. We coming. We outside, baby. We outside. And inside you. Yes. Outside and inside you. So Pete Hegseth, you Christian soldiers, Alito, y'all think you're finished.
So with the Rosa Parks piece, when it became a strategic play, was that day set up in its entirety? Like, today, this is what you're going to do on the bus? Or did it just happen and they're like, well, you're the right person at the right time?
No, I think it would have been nice if it were staged like that. That's how they set him up with Homer Adolphus Plessy. Plessy got on the train intent to test the segregation. Okay. Since he was 1/8 black, they thought they had sold a train ticket to a white man. White supremacists are stupid. This is, again, you hate listeners. Y'all stupid. Y'all stupid as hell. You got yesterday, that worm eating brain, Bobby Kennedy, I was watching Lawrence O'Donnell this morning, who called him the greatest Nepo baby in the history of U.S. politics.
History.
I don't know. The Trump crime family would have a word. Yeah. But Kennedy, a man who's straight trading on his name. And then yesterday talking about his uncle, the president. Super rich people don't do that.
And the family, they don't do that to you.
They don't. No, they don't.
They don't like you.
No question. Caroline was like, don't let my brother, my cousin be.
You you throw out the biggest name.
You throw out the big joker.
The biggest name. They don't like you. They haven't liked you in years.
Strung out on drugs. Robert Morgenthau gave him a job at the anyway. But it would have been nice to think that they set them up like that. Mm. Plessy set him up. Rosa Parks was already involved in the politics, NAA and that kind of thing. But it just so happened the serendipity of that moment on the Cleveland Avenue bus in Montgomery, Alabama.
What would be? It would be magical if Rosa, because you said she was familiar with Claudette from The Office, right? And
she gave her, I think she was in a little position in the NAACP Youth.
And she told Miss what was her last name? McCauley?
Yeah. Woman, she was married by then, Miss Parks. Yeah, she's 42 years old.
Man, it's crazy and da-da-da. I couldn't get up, da-da-da. And then Rosa's like, man, I wonder what I would do in that situation.
We'll see.
And then that situation comes circle back around and she's like, you know what? That young sister, that energy. That's the energy, and then I'm not moving. You know what I mean? Yeah. What if it was a direct inspiration? That would be.
Well, I don't want to.
Super magic.
This is one of those moments when I'm having a moment of brain fog. If I say it quietly, it'll come back to me. But more importantly, I would check the books. The best recent book is The Rebellious Life of Mrs. Rosa Parks, written by Jeannie Theo-Harris. Done a very good job on that. In fact, Jeannie Theo-Harris's sister, Liz, is partners in the Repairs of the Breach work and in the Moral Mondays work and the work with Reverend Barber. But her sister, Jeannie, is a historian, and she's written the best recent book on Rosa Parks. Miss Parks writes her own book, Rosa Parks, My Story, which is one. There are other volumes that she's written. Rosa Parks actually was a writer. Many other things. You know, Rosa Parks did yoga. She was a big. I mean, she
carried a pistol.
Yeah, how about that? Yeah, let's be clear about that.
In fact, Detroit, carried a pistol.
In Alabama, Rosa and Raymond Parks helped raise money for the Scottsboro Boys back in the 30s to defend the Scottsboro Boys, and she tells the story in one of her memoirs that they're sitting in their kitchen, and before they have the meeting, everybody pull their piece out and put it on the kitchen table just in case the Klan want to come dance.
Yeah.
She says one of her first memories is sitting at her grandfather's feet when she was a little girl, because he would sleep in the front room of their house with a rifle over his lap, because he said if the Klan kick in the door tonight, I'm going to blast as many of them as I can. And Ms. Parks said as a child, she was laying there at his feet saying, I want to see it.
Yeah.
So y'all thinking Rosa Parks sitting up here talking about, she could have put hands on that bus driver who she had tangled with before. In fact, that white boy was known. That's another thing to all the hate listeners. And, we really want this to drill in so y'all can understand. You can't help yourself. That's the other reason we know we're going to win. Y'all can't help yourself. It's in you. We were looking at Eric Schmidt, Senator Schmidt from Missouri. I hope we can find, maybe Sam were there, we can find this if you haven't played it earlier in the week. This fool was at one of these Peter Thiel funded meetings, and he goes off on this white supremacist manifest destiny rant, saying we built this country, it's for us, it wasn't for you. I mean, just kind of, this is like this week, talking crazy. And I'm loving every second of it because they can't help themselves, just like that bus driver couldn't help himself. So no, they didn't. I said all that to say that I would have to remember at this point, sitting down, maybe Taylor Branch in Parting the Waters, the first of his 3-volume history of the Civil Rights Movement. Joanne Robinson, who has the single best book, as far as I'm concerned, on the Montgomery bus boycott, because she was the head of the Women's Political Council in Montgomery, and it was the women who had the organizational network, kind of pursuant to what you just raised. So when this thing got triggered, they went immediately into action. They already had the infrastructure.
Had a plan.
They had already. In fact, after Brown versus Board of Education, Professor Robinson, she was a professor at Alabama State University. Footnote: she was a teacher of Fred Gray. Fred Gray got his undergraduate degree from Alabama State, then went to Case Western in Cleveland and said, I'm coming back to Alabama to kill everything segregated. The second black barred attorney in the state of Alabama. Still alive, still practicing law. This ain't ancient history, y'all. But the sisters already had the network. So when King and them get involved, and then you get the Montgomery Improvement Association and all that, the women did it. And so when you read Joanne Robinson's book, she goes chapter and verse, and I would have to refresh my memory, but it might have been, the serendipity was the bus that day. But make no mistake, they was coming for these people. So yeah, while it happened to Ms. Parks that day, what got triggered after that was set up by what had come before it, and Ms. Parks was involved in all that.
Yeah. And people with the short memories, it was a year and a day, I believe.
Oh yeah,
a year and a day. It was after college. So I learned that as well.
What?
A year and a day. I never knew how long it was.
Oh, they stayed off the bus. Yeah. Can you imagine that?
That's what I'm saying. Like,
Well,
you don't
actually-
even put that in the. A lot of times, that context doesn't enter the discussion.
That's right.
We hear, the bus boycott, and we
Yeah,
stopped.
like they stayed off for 2 weeks or a month, and it.
A year and a day. And
A year.
you still had to go to work. You still had to
Walk.
move around. A year and a day. Could we do that?
Yes.
Yeah. Well.
What we've done, we can do.
Yeah. Sure.
See, that's the thing.
Sure.
What we
Remember,
have done,
you got to remember.
all we got to do is In fact, that's what we're going to be
remember.
talking about in class tomorrow.
Gotta remember.
We talked about it in office hours on Monday night. All we got to do is remember.
All we got to do is remember.
We got Mama McKinney out of Philadelphia. We were having our office hours regular conversation, and she said, all we have to do is remember. That's all we have to do.
Yeah.
So people say, we can't do it. We did it before.
Yeah. I mean, even look at Target as one thing.
On their knees.
But even still, that's 3 months.
Come on.
You know what I mean? And now you got new habits.
Yeah.
Look at you.
Yeah.
Look at you.
Look at you. Ain't even missing it.
Yeah, ain't even.
Just like I ain't even missing the football.
Yeah, did you catch the professional football game last night?
Look, man.
What movie was that?
As
That
an
was
adopted
Coming to America.
Come to America.
The professional football contest?
Contest between the
Philadelphia Eagles. And
Who
the
is
Cowboys.
that? Some man I met in the bathroom.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Taking my yeah, no, as an adopted Philadelphian, as a Eagles watcher through and through, I absolutely did not watch 1 second or 1 minute of any of the games last night. I would like to see something in the career of Jalen Hurts or what's the young brother up the Turnpike? Not Turnpike.
Turnpike. What's it?
Up the
what
road.
team?
Baltimore, the Ravens.
Lamar Jackson.
Lamar Jackson.
If I was watching football, I wouldn't be watching Saquon Barkley. I mean, some politics is just so toxic. that you can't
I
even.
as well.
But Lamar Jackson. Is your camera? I haven't seen any of these black quarterbacks. I would love to see some of them, and I console myself with the college game. But no, I didn't see it. Who won?
So I just happened to, I'm in there.
Stumble into the.
I'm in there researching the show prepping and all that, and I roll over and the game is on, and they were in an intermission, an hour-long intermission because of lightning. So I really didn't see the game either.
They playing in Philly or Dallas?
It was in Philly, and some type of electrical storm was coming
through. The champions. I'm sorry, Cowboys fans, but anyway,
shots.
Yeah.
And
it's not hard. They're easy targets.
So lightning came and they were just talking for an hour, and then I fell asleep.
Lightning storm in Philly.
Yeah, that was odd. I haven't seen that. There's plenty of open stadiums with bad weather.
Yeah, Philly's not known for lightning storms.
Yeah. It stated that it was going to rain during the game, so that's what happened.
But they play in the rain all the time.
Play in the rain. But lightning is no joke.
Yeah, they didn't say lightning.
But I just don't remember seeing a game stopped for over an hour because of lightning strikes.
I did glance at the headline. I didn't read the story.
If it's within a certain vicinity of the stadium, like within the city, they will stop.
Yeah,
okay.
I ain't seen.
I didn't read the story, so I don't know. But I guess I'll ask y'all since y'all seen. Did you see the game there?
I saw the first half.
Okay,
I know what you're about to ask.
Did somebody spit on somebody?
Yeah,
that was before the game. That was before the first possession.
In fact, it wasn't the headline. I saw a GIF where they was like,
I saw it.
The death scene. I've never seen this movie, but this is my first time seeing the death scene. I had never seen the movie. I refused to watch it, and I'll die not watching it. The movie that they gave Denzel Washington his Oscar for. What was the name?
Training Day?
Oh, yeah, Training Day. I've never seen it. But, I mean, look, you don't give him a statue for playing a dirty cop. Didn't give him one for Malcolm X. Didn't give him one for Steve Biko. Y'all can go to hell.
You got a half of one for Glory, right?
But
supporting?
I don't give a damn.
Oh, okay.
It's like, y'all know what y'all doing. It's 100 years from now, Denzel Washington, who won the Oscar for Go to hell. So, but for the first time this morning, I saw the GIF, I guess, the assassination scene. It's not a spoiler alert. The whole movie's spoiled. But the whole point is that they used the GIF, and the tag was, spit on Lamar Jackson in Baltimore and see what happens. So,
okay.
So I'm saying, so the quarterback who got spit on.
So all right, well, before I do that,
okay.
So you haven't seen Training Day?
No,
is what you're saying?
I will die not seeing
because they nominated him. I mean, it's actually a good movie.
No, it's not.
Training Day.
What does he do?
He's a dirty cop.
Right.
It's a lot of those. It's a good storyline.
Another reason I love.
Now I don't appreciate him winning the Oscar for that, but it was.
Well, that's why.
Yeah. Okay.
Although in the pantheon, Denzel typically doesn't take movie roles where he takes a L. I think the only person I can think of, a major actor that doesn't take movies where he takes a L.
Sam don't take L's.
No, Sam takes all the L's. Sam works for a check. He's an actor. I ain't mad at them for acting. I mean, the man played Steven in Django, okay? I know some of y'all love Django. Yeah. You work that out with your therapist. But the point is that, go talk to your master, Quentin Tarantino. But the only person I think who might be there with him neck and neck is Lawrence Fishburne.
Oh, sure.
You take out Bad Company. Because I just knew he got to die in The Matrix. This man went through 3 matrices and lived.
Oh no, I kind of felt they was gonna let him be in that one.
And he played a hood cat in King of New York. But Hoodlum, get ready for your final thrill.
Bumpy
Johnson. And even if you want to play a cop, it'd be a cop like Deep Cover. What's the difference between a black man and an N-word? Hit him. Yeah. The N-word would be the one to even think about answering that question. So, you know what? I rocks with Lawrence Fishburne. I rock with him since Apocalypse Now. But no, I ain't watching Denzel.
Okay, all right. So Jalen Carter, defensive back for the defensive tackle for the Eagles. So anyway, the way it was set, because I only saw the replay because they had nothing to talk about during the break, so they spent like 40 minutes on the spitting. Mike Tirico.
So how did it happen? Oh,
so at the beginning,
Mike. I know Mike, good brother.
So there was some type of huddle with the Cowboys or whatever, and Carter was over there trolling near them. So Dak Prescott leaves the huddle. This is the first play of the game. Leaves the huddle and spits on the first ground before the first play. Spits on the ground in his direction.
Spit on the chest part of his jersey.
Right. He was like,
wait. That's 2 different things.
No. Hold on. This is Dak Prescott. He spit first.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, you got it. Yes.
This is like a schoolyard
exactly.
thing.
I didn't see it
like
in the replay.
4-year-olds, basically.
You're kidding.
So he spit down in the direction.
Triggered.
Which, to me, and again, I'm not a both sides type of guy. But to me, that's still disrespectful. I hate when people do that to me.
I mean, using the
When
sound
you're walking by and somebody spits to the ground. No, that's too close, fam.
in the idiom,
Spit the other way.
In the idiom of Ebonics, including the tonal idiom, this was where somebody would say, "Grown men don't spit."
Yeah.
I'm a grown man.
So then
you gonna spit on the ground in front of me?
Right. So then Carter
Yeah.
takes it even lower, which is even more of a grade school.
When they go low, we go low.
And spits at him, which is completely deplorable, unacceptable, and just vile. Like, you should know that. You should know that. And so he comes back and apologizes. He got kicked out of the game, first of all. But later,
So
I
he
guess
never played?
No, he never even played.
Nope.
And they depended on him.
What's the high?
And they lost.
Who?
Cowboys.
Yeah, of course they lost.
Yeah, and they lost.
Yeah, of course. But I mean, what do the high overlords do now? The
Don't know.
dispensers, the
Well, they say
dispensers
he's
of
probably-
justice that
yeah,
banned,
right, the dispenser.
that banned what you call for life, Kaepernick, and basically told him we're gonna put down a whole ass slave rebellion and won't let nobody be a general manager or any of that. So what they gonna do? Suspend him for 50 games?
Nah, no, sir.
It's spit and it's a black man.
Yeah, it's black on black.
Yeah, but
Well, black on.
black on black on
Yeah,
black.
black on. Yeah.
But-
black on half, I guess.
No,
But no. He'll get.
No, but the black man did the spitting. So.
Yeah. Well, there you go. So, but he did it on
America's team's quarterback.
Well, I'm saying on TV, on like live TV.
Yeah, but
I think
you
he'll
said
get a game
Prescott spit
fine
first.
Towards the ground. That's how they're framing it. They're saying he spit towards the ground.
Okay, I'm
kinda
trying to-
giving him a little bit of defense.
Who is it? Joe Torre? I'm trying to think who it is in Major League Baseball. Doesn't the NFL have like a infractions guy, like the guy who reviews this?
Sure, they do. I
Is
don't
he
know
black?
who it is. I don't know.
Because at one time, what's the boy named Troy
Do they
Vincent?
view
Troy Vincent
spitting?
played for the Eagles. He worked for the.
And he ended the
player
NFL
rep.
Players Association.
Yeah, NFL.
Do you think are you saying that they view spitting differently than we do?
I'm saying if it's a black man in the room or a black woman in the room, but in this case, probably looking at masculine energy, a black man in the room, an ex-player, before they go out with some old wild-ish, he would don't you think he would say that in the room? Hold on now, I understand there's gonna be some punishment, but y'all saw that? What? Well, he spit at the ground, Charles. He didn't. No.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We view that
You
differently.
need somebody in the room to say that.
Yeah,
This is, by the way, for those of you losing your minds, you hate listeners, what we mean by diversity, equity, and inclusion. You need somebody in the room before y'all go crazy.
Yeah.
Because the Eagles will probably pick up some fans if they suspend him for like 5 games or.
I don't think he'll probably get a hefty fine. I don't.
You don't think there's a
nah,
suspension?
Not suspension.
Neither Phillips said you
there's
understand white
been-
supremacy.
What's
Everything else.
your man used to do that.
Who? And whose man was he? That makes a difference. 12 years a slave. Whose man are you?
There was a big dirty Raiders.
lot of them.
Yeah, the Raiders linebacker that used to do that regularly.
But that was their brand.
Yeah, but still.
And white people like that.
Yeah, my
when
point.
it's a team of it.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
whose man are we talking about?
Yeah.
Hollywood Henderson for the Dallas Cowboys. You talking about Ed Too Tall Jones? No, Too Tall wouldn't do that.
Nah.
Shout
It
out
was a
Tennessee
white guy
A&M.
from the Raiders back.
Oh,
in
well, then you've already disqualified.
Yeah,
You used to
yeah.
do what you want.
And that used to be his thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you do what you want then. Roid rage is the thing if it's wrapped in white. Shout out to the WWE. But the whole point is.
I didn't get in a lot of physical fights when I was young. For whatever reason.
It was a different age.
What? No, I'm saying, no, people fought around me, but I was funny early.
Oh.
But that helped.
So you were the mediator.
I had an older sister and brother. That helped. But like just one-on-ones, I didn't have a lot of those. But the first lesson I got from my father, who was a retired military, proficient in keto and judo and jiu-jitsu and all that, very proficient. He used to throw us around.
Damn.
First, yeah. And wouldn't teach us.
Mr. King,
Yeah.
I'm not in this.
Wouldn't
So,
teach us.
don't call. You a Mama King. Don't call up here. Please don't. I mean, call all
No,
the time.
but-
But don't, because he seemed like he throwing you a little under the bus. this
No,
morning.
not even. I'm framing it, because that was his thing.
He threw
We
y'all
played-
around in the
yeah,
judo.
roughhouse.
It was play
Yeah,
roughhouse.
roughhouse. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
'Cause
You
we say
run
he threw us around.
You run at him, and then next thing you know, you're across the room.
and he didn't reciprocate. He didn't show you how to.
No, he did not. He did not. That was the
Seems like you
unfortunate
still feel some
part.
kind of way
I
about
do. But the first lesson, probably the first lesson, kindergarten, even before you really just understand defense of self, was if somebody put their hands on you, make sure they don't do it again.
What about spit?
And that was the second lesson.
Oh,
Somebody put their hands on you, you hurt them. If somebody spits on you, you remove them.
oh, Worse?
That was the
worse
lesson.
than hands?
Yes, that was the lesson.
Disrespect.
That was the lesson under 8.
Really?
So I'm saying that to
My
say.
father was feet. Something about black people.
Well,
feet.
that was also don't let nobody put their feet on.
Yeah, feet is the thing, man.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, that's the thing in the African world. I've seen that all over the African world. You don't put your feet on nobody.
Not even casually.
Yeah.
I don't even,
Not even a sibling in the bed.
Yeah, no.
You put your feet
I still have a problem with cuddling. Just don't put your feet on.
Don't put your
it.
feet. But spit
the
was
lesson
number 2.
With spit was, well, that was the second part of the lesson is as a progression. If they put their hands on you, make sure they don't do it again. And I'm trying to phrase it loosely. And if anybody spits on you, you remove them. And so that I got that early.
Okay.
And so I'm saying that to say, like, I feel like in our community, it's just different.
Yeah.
You can't, like, I see them, football or sports or whatever, get mad and do it. Like, you can't do that. That's not a get mad thing. That's like, you do that, you off. You gotta leave here.
So
that's how we treat that. Like, you gotta.
Not that I want to get to, because it's a serious.
Yeah.
Since it's serious, there are whole channels devoted to this. I'm sure this would be the only. Is there a Dallas Cowboys channel? I don't know.
Probably.
I'm sure there is, or if there isn't,
a channel
one
dedicated to not.
Maybe we're
winning.
gonna ask Stephen. I'm sure Stephen A. Smith dreamt of this last night.
Yeah,
He'll probably be talking about it for the next 50 years.
Yeah.
And so then, are you okay? So, but I guess my question would be: do you think that Prescott baited him?
He could have. I didn't.
I mean, given the
in real
spit
time
dynamic,
and I don't
you
know.
Spit on the ground in front of him.
Right,
are you trying
right.
to get your star? What is he? A defensive end, a cornerback,
defensive tackle? Yeah.
Oh yeah. So you try to get this line weekend
out of there. Yeah.
So I know the rules.
I wouldn't put that past.
No, of course not.
Yeah, I wouldn't put
Games,
that past.
gamesmanship
In the head, get it in the head.
So in that, given your father's advice and given the way you walk through the world and given this general valence we've established right now in terms of how we would move through this, what would you have done?
Reaction.
If it were deliberate, if you thought it was deliberate.
Yeah, I think reaction would have taken over.
Would you put hands on him or spit on him?
Yeah, well, any type of reaction. No, I wouldn't spit back. I don't think that's a. Yeah,
if
no,
y'all could see the look on his face, this means that there's another rule that was violated by this.
But that's to me, that's just man code. I'm not spitting back. That don't. Yeah, I don't.
Did y'all hear the contempt? The derision?
Yeah.
So what you saying is
doesn't even sound right.
This masculine, manly football player stepped a couple of steps back from the man line.
Spit back.
Yeah.
No.
At this point, you can't see Lamont wiggle his head like a bobble doll. You spit back.
Yeah. No, I don't think that would.
At that point, you just got to put hands on him.
Well, I mean, a reaction would follow. I could say it like that.
Words could do it.
Yeah, words could do it. I'm saying.
He could have said, "Oh, really? That's what we doing?
At this
blow
age,
the whistle. Blow the whistle. Let's go."
At this age, probably my reaction may be a little more measured because I have time to think. You get older, you think, and you don't just impulse react. But my conditioning, a reaction would definitely precede any type of thought in a moment like that.
Pre-logical,
just
reaction.
Yeah,
and that's what football is.
Man. Yeah.
They out there mashing it up.
He say Jalen Carter put out a statement. He said, "I wasn't trying to spit on him."
No.
That's what he says.
Now the look on Lamont's face as if he just smelled an offensive odor. In other words, you got to own it, man.
Yeah, Prescott says, "I wasn't going to spit on my lineman, and I just spit ahead," which led to Carter asking if Prescott was trying to spit to him.
Oh, so the question.
Yeah, there was, I guess.
And then what did he say? What did he say?
Prescott, who called that insulting because I wouldn't spit on somebody, so why would you even ask? And then,
now you gaslight me.
Yeah, that's what he said.
This is
why
bullshit.
would I need to spit on you for? And he just spit on me in that moment. It was more of a surprise than anything. That's what Dak Prescott says.
Nah, bro. So in other words, okay, so first thing Prescott says is, I didn't want to spit on my lineman, so I spit at your feet.
Yeah.
And then you said, why you try to spit on me? And I said,
how could you ask me that question?
Oh, no. At that point, you're right. Prescott is lining this up.
What Ladapo said yesterday? Me? Who? Me?
Who am I?
Who am
I? Who are you to spit on?
All right. There's enough of that. And we'll take a break. Come right back to it.
This is Urban View Mornings, weekdays from 7 to 10 a.m. East on Sirius XM Urban View, where talk empowers and becomes action.